morning, guys. It is just me today. Our very own Brittany Weir is out and about, busy on a story, but we also want to first and foremost apologize because we were dealing with a lot of technical difficulties with our little system that we got back there. We got Jazz coming in. Huh? Oh, it's very distorted. Okay, so might need to kind of pot me down then a little bit. So just pull me down a little bit. Yeah, guys, we're working through these technical difficulties. You know, the morning sprint is always live and unscripted, and we're going to try our best to hang in there and give you guys some entertaining stories that you will be interested in. For example, we got this one right here. You don't want to miss it. It is dealing with a criminal who thinks he's very creative, but as you can see, that creativity is not that at all. Apparently, this dude thought he had the best disguise ever with a box on his head, and unfortunately, it did not work out that way whatsoever. We got details coming up later in the sprint as far as how he got busted, but yeah, I want to hear y'all's thoughts on this because we've seen some pretty silly criminals out there, but nothing kind of like this in a long time. Either way, again, it's just me and Rebecca. Rebecca is here. Rebecca, how you doing, girl? You with me, girl? You with me today? Yes. Almost.
Yeah.
Okay,
right
there
here.
we go.
Hello.
Yes, working through the technical difficulties right now. So you guys stick with us. Okay, first and foremost, let's go ahead and get to this. Something that a lot of people need to keep in mind this morning. Ceremonies across the world will mark the 79th anniversary of D-Day, honoring the United States and our allies in a battle that led to the defeat of Hitler in World War II. One of those events will be at the National D-Day Memorial in Bedford. The ceremony will start at 11 this morning, with the gates opening an hour beforehand. Admission to the memorial will be free all day long. Now, if you plan on going, they ask you to bring your own chair. Says Governor Glenn Youngkin will also be one of the ceremony speakers, and the idea for the memorial came from D-Day veteran and Roanoke native Bob Slaughter. He wanted to create a space where the sacrifices of his brothers in arms was not forgotten. And the memorial officially opened on this day in 2001, 57th anniversary of D-Day, and welcomes tens of thousands of visitors each year. So always good to pay our respects to those who fought for our country. And with the way things shaped out in history, you know, we are set up the way we are because of the brave men and women during that time in our wartime. So also, I want to keep this in mind. Something else is interesting is coming up and has already aired on today, but it was a reunion made possible with a little help. Says two childhood friends from Ohio both enlisted at the age of 19, but only one made it home. And this morning, after 79 years, D-Day veteran Richard Rossi will get to see his friend's final resting place in France. It's all thanks to the help of former NFL star linebacker Donnie Edwards. Now, Donnie worked to get this done. Again, you guys want to check out this story. You can look at it up online at WSLS.com just to see how special that reunion is and see how special it is for Donnie to pay back. You know, he said that he never even served, but he was paying his respects and giving honor to those who paved the way for us to be able to have the freedoms that we have today. So, moving on. Happening today, we got to keep this in mind. Police departments all across the Commonwealth are raising money for Special Olympics Virginia as part of the organization's annual torch run. Each year, members of local law enforcement across Virginia carry a torch through the Commonwealth, and all the money raised goes to providing year-round support and sport opportunities for athletes of all abilities. You can donate directly to their fundraiser or join them on their run this week. More information can be found on their Facebook page, and of course, you can find that Facebook page through our website at WSLS.com. So a lot of fun things happening right now, a lot of respect and a lot of things, community support more than anything in our community. This should make people smile and be reminded that, yeah, there is good out there. Speaking of good, let's get to these temperatures, man. Of course, the weather is supposed to be very perfect on Saturday. Meteorologist Chris Michaels is coming in with our today's forecast to get you prepared.
Happy Tuesday. Noticing a little bit of haze out there. A lot of that has to do with wildfire smoke coming in from Canada. It creates kind of an odd look to sunrise and sunset. Air quality, not a big concern. Outside of that, today, guys, will be in the 70s and 80s. Our next shot of showers, mostly south of Interstate 64, starting with tomorrow morning. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning on the Sprint.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Let's get to one of his awesome projects. He does Tasty Tuesday. We all know he does Tasty Tuesday. And today he's bringing us to a bakery called Breadcraft. Now, I've never never even heard of this because obviously I'm still learning my areas around here, but a lot of people are raving about this. Breadcraft's been acing the craft of making bread for years. He features them right now this week, Tasty Tuesday. We got 25 years ago, Alex Eliads started baking and fell in love with the construction process of bread. He opened Breadcraft in 2006, making all his breads and pastries from scratch in-house in traditional European style practices. He upped his creations by making croissants, pastry type items, and now the store is making more than just bread. They got cappuccinos, coffees going, building up to sandwiches and salads over time. So, Rebecca, are you a bread person? Do you like fresh bread such as this?
100%.
Yeah.
So very much. If it's a carb, I will consume it.
I got you. So, have you ever had Breadcraft before?
Yes.
Yes.
So they sell the best cinnamon rolls I've ever had.
Oh, really?
And that's a high thing. Like that's a high price for me.
Okay.
Only on Saturdays.
Okay.
They open at 8 in the morning. By 10, they're already sold out.
Oh
so
my
like
gosh.
if you want a cinnamon roll, you have to be in the line at 8 a.m.
Okay.
And I say every Saturday that I'm gonna go get one, and then I always oversleep. But
Yeah,
I promise they're so good.
I'm a cinnamon roll fan too, so I got to check this out. I have never really made fresh bread or been in a household where that was just a thing to do, but I hear that it makes the home smell very homely, like back,
Yes.
like family, like So I don't know. Bringing back memories. Do you make bread on a daily basis?
Not on a daily basis. I
Yeah.
do make bread every once in a while, but I cheat. I have a bread maker. It's like
Okay.
it's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie.
I was just saying it's electric.
And so what I do is I put all of the ingredients in the bread maker.
Yeah.
And it heats it up to the right temperature and kneads it and makes it rise and fall and rise again. Like it
Okay.
does all of that for me. And then I just get to consume it like
All
a
right.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, don't even say anything. Okay. So, yeah, if you guys like bread, Breadcraft is where it's at, okay? We got a really cool story to tell you guys about. It's like one of those rescues at sea that you don't want to find yourself in this kind of situation. But get this, it was a close call for a group of men who boat capsized over the weekend, but they were saved by a quick-thinking captain and his crew who fortunately were only a couple hundred feet away. Now, 4 men tossed overboard when their boat flipped with hardly any warning. Bobby Quinn and the other boaters nearby saw it happen late Sunday morning, some 7 miles off the coast of Long Branch. Quinn is the captain of the Ocean Explorer, which is a fishing and cruise boat based in Belmar. He said that he let out the ladder so the men could climb out of the water. Leaving their boat in the ocean, the men were able to be safely on board the Ocean Explorer. Says Captain Quinn, says after they tried off, he gave them food, soda, fishing poles, and they all fished the rest of the day. So even though it started off in a very bad circumstance, apparently they all walked away with a big bag of fish. So that's always a good deal right there. I love fishing, so I think if my boat, I think I'd probably be upset that my boat capsized though. But Rebecca, you sail all the time.
Yeah, I sail on my fiance's sailboat with him. We sail a lot down at Smithman Lake, and it's terrifying whenever your boat's like almost sideways and you're like, oh, and then it's like, hold on. So yeah, it's a terrifying experience. But thankfully, we've never capsized. But
Yeah.
there have definitely been a few times that I'm like, I'm just gonna preemptively jump in the water. Like,
Yeah.
I have my life jacket on. Like
You'd be
I'll
ready.
meet you at the dock. Like I'll swim there.
Yes.
But Chris was saying that water was actually like, it's off the coast of, like 7 miles off the coast of New Jersey. It was only
Yeah.
like 60 degrees.
Oof.
Like it was like
It's
60
chilly.
degrees. We like 60 degrees like out and every day.
Right.
But when it's water, it's cold.
Oh my gosh, like that sounds very, very chilly. But fortunately, that captain was in the right place at the right time because Lord knows if they didn't have any other person or body or human being nearby, we don't know what could have happened. So I'm happy that those 4 men were able to get back on dry surface and was able to get them some fishing done. Okay, so let's get to this crazy video that we were telling you guys about earlier. So I know I've seen the show The World's Dumbest Criminals before, and I'm not, don't get mad at me I'm not calling them dumb or anything. There was literally a TV show, but they would do stuff like this that would put them on the radar of different people. So get this, they arrested a man Saturday after a bizarre robbery. This is at a phone repair store in Miami Gardens. Says the man that you saw on the screen was caught on camera stealing merchandise while wearing a cardboard box on his head. You see it right there. And the owner of the phone repair store in Miami Gardens shared the video that left of the theft that happened early Saturday morning. As you can see, the box tips over, falls off his head, and the camera gets a quick look at his face, which eventually led to the man's arrest. The shop owner says the thief stole 19 iPhones and $8,000 in cash. So again, let's just kind of just take a moment for a second. What possesses a person to, one, you don't want to, obviously you don't know people's circumstances, so I would think like the best thing to do is just don't commit crimes. But two, a box, a loose box right there, he didn't even poke holes in it to see. Like, what are your thoughts on this?
Maybe it was a crime of opportunity. He was like, a box.
A box, a disguise. Let me break this cell phone thing. I don't know. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, they arrested him. They caught him.
Yep. Yep.
So I guess I was gonna say, I hope like it really helped him, like if he like really needed it, but
yeah,
I don't think he got to keep any of that
no,
stuff. No,
I'm pretty sure at the end of the day it was not worth it. And Chris will make a joke and simply say next time he maybe should think outside of the box. Ooh, what do you think? Look, you ain't gonna give me no help on that one. Oh, come on, Rebecca. That was a good one. Okay, forget you. I'm about to go to Jazz.
Okay, go. She's your favorite anyway.
Jazz, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
That was a good joke, man. Come on, with the box dude. What are your thoughts? Like, what do you think goes in a person's mind that says, I'm going to just use this box? That was kind of probably a little lazy disguise,
Yeah, I feel like if he's going to rob a place, he needs to think through his plan a little bit more. And then, like, the fact that he had the box on and then proceeded to drop the box.
Right. Crazy stuff. Well, Jess, and like I said, first and foremost, thank you for bearing with us. I know we had some technical difficulties earlier, which is why we're starting our show a little later today. But hopefully that didn't keep our viewers from not being on with us. Do we have any today, or are we kind of like...
Yeah, we have some viewers today, and one person left a comment that made me laugh.
What did he say?
Hold on 1 second. Let me get it loaded.
Okay. I'm excited.
He said, I guess the criminal didn't think outside the box.
Hey! Boom! Boom! What's his name? Me and him are friends.
His username is Lazarus Red Dog.
Okay, thank you so much. I knew that somebody else was going to take that opportunity, and I'm so happy that they did. Makes me so happy. Thank you for watching us, even though we came in a little bit later than what we normally do. Thank you for jumping in and participating with us. Jazz, we got anything else, girlie?
That's it for today.
All right, my love. Well, God bless you. And hopefully tomorrow we'll be on time with everything in our system working correctly. All right?
Absolutely.
All right. So before we roll out, let's see if our headlines will run correctly. I'm going to get to these so you guys will know exactly what's taking place throughout the rest of the day. Coming up in our later newscast, including 10 news at noon, that the mother of a Newport News elementary student who police say shot his teacher is now facing federal charges. New court documents show Deja Taylor is being charged with using a controlled substance while having a gun and for lying when she bought the gun. We have how she plans to plead later on in our newscast. Plus, many teens are in crisis in study after a study have found that a link between social media and mental health. Now lawmakers want to crack down. The bipartisan bill called the Protecting Kids on Social Media Act was introduced in the Senate back in April and would prohibit anyone under the age of 13 from accessing social media platforms and prohibit the platforms from using algorithms to recommend content to anyone under the age of 18. Last but not least, the U.S. is investing millions of dollars to fix dangerous intersections where trains and cars meet. Transportation Department announced it is spending $570 million to replace, improve, or study grade crossings, and the funds will go toward 34 projects. We got all of those news stories and so much more, including updates on the unfortunate plane crash that happened. What was that, Sunday, right? Yeah, it happened in Sunday and in Augusta County. So we got the identity of, I think, for sure 3 of the 4 people who passed away in the plane. That's coming up in our later newscast. But again, guys, that wraps it up for today's edition of the Morning Sprint. Tomorrow, we're going to try to start on time at 8. Hopefully, we don't have any technical difficulties or issues to have to work out. But yeah, we'll be back here tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., WSLS.com for the Morning Sprint.